Elsewhere this morning, I bring you news of great joy. The Diocese of Altoona-Johnstown is pleased to officially welcome a new seminarian. Meet Liam Clyma, a member of Saint Mark Parish in Altoona. Liam is 23 years old and a graduate of Altoona Area High School. Most recently, he worked as a shift supervisor at Sheetz. Liam began college seminary earlier this fall semester at the Pontifical College Josephinum in Columbus, Ohio. He's settling in nicely to college seminary life, and I look forward to bringing him on air with me when he returns home for a break. But in the meantime, I visited with some of his family and friends at St. Mark as they prayerfully support Liam on this journey. Here at beautiful St. Mark Parish in Altoona, the Catholic faith is alive and well. And the good parishioners are even enjoying a spiritual shot in the arm as one of their own is now a seminarian for the Diocese of Altoona-Johnstown. Liam Clyma is in his early weeks at the Pontifical College Josephinum in Columbus, Ohio, and it was actually a fellow St. Mark parishioner who played an important role in Liam getting to where he is today.
Liam, when he's a lector at St. Mark's, and when he was on the altar, he just had such a conviction in what he was saying and doing, and a belief and a passion that it was true. He sang the hymns with heart. Every time that he was a lector, I had to tell him afterwards, Liam, you've done such a good job. Well, I saw this, and I happened to be attending Mass at St. Therese one morning, and Father Norris's homily dealt with, if you see someone in your church that you feel would be a good priest, you need to let them know. So I thought about that, and I said to Father Norris, I felt that I knew someone, and then in turn I told Liam that I felt this, and I said that Father Norris, that I had talked to Father Norris, and he said, okay. And he came up to me within a very short time after that and said, I think I'd like to talk to Father Norris.
Well, he and Father Brian Norris, who's the Diocesan Vocations recruiter, did indeed speak. Bishop Mark accepted him as a Diocesan Seminarian, and the Josephinum welcomed him for the start of this fall semester. Other St. Mark parishioners see something remarkable in Liam as well.
I met Liam when he was up here for a summer vacation with his grandma and grandpa. They were going to move to Pennsylvania that summer. But that summer, when they stayed with grandma and grandpa, Liam came to daily Mass in our chapel and served every day. Well, it was wonderful that summer to have somebody that young and that dedicated to coming and having Mass. When the end of summer came, I said to him, Liam, we're really going to miss you when you go back to school. And he looked at me and he says, I already checked my bus schedule. He said, I can come and still serve Mass all through school. He said, my bus leaves late enough. And he was just so happy to be able to do this. It really meant a lot to him.
Just his dedication and his love for the church. He's just grown so much, and I'm so proud of him. From the time he was little, he told me, when I grow up, I'm going to be a priest. And that was something that I've prayed for him for all the time, because he's just so full of love and compassion.
Before Liam headed off to seminary, the parish gave him a special send-off, which included a blessing from the pastor.
We are grateful and at the same time blessed. Blessed that one of our members of our parishioner have taken this opportunity to have the journey of vocation, and that it will bring to completion.
Two other members of the St. Mark congregation are Liam's beloved mother and grandmother, neither of whom are surprised he has officially chosen a path to the priesthood.
When he was little, I was known as the mother of the little boy with the cross at church, because he came in with his crucifix he carried everywhere. From the time he was about a year and a half, he carried a cross everywhere. When we'd walk up to go into church, he'd carry it like real reverently up. And he just always was very attentive at Mass. And then as soon as he could serve, he was ready. And he just always played church. He'd line up his trains and his toys and preach to them. He'd tell them to be good little engines, and he'd repeat parts of Father's sermon, whatever the sermon was of that week. He'd reinterpret it.
He talked about it from the time he was 2. he would have he would not say he was pretending, he was practicing having Mass. And I'm talking the whole way through probably 8th grade.
Liam's family still has this wooden chalice and paten Liam's grandfather made for him, which Liam used as a boy when he would play Mass. They are happy reminders of the past as Mom, Grandma, and others at the Saint Mark Parish family send love, support, and encouragement to Liam for the future.
It's a long journey, but I think he can do it.
Be not afraid. As Pope John Paul II always said, be not afraid of what God is calling you for. And we as parents, our job is to help our kids find their vocation, what gives them joy in life. It's not about what we want for them, it has to be what they want.
There will come a time of problems and struggle, but with Jesus Christ at our side, as Jesus said, nothing will be impossible.
My hope is that he doesn't change for the person he is, because I feel Liam inside just has so much goodness. His speech, his conduct is reflective of our Catholic faith. So if he stays the way he is and just continues on his journey, I think he'll be very successful. And I think he'll be an awesome priest.